The revelation hit me with the subtlety of a sledgehammer. Michael's face, recognizable yet twisted into a stranger's leer, splashed across a police report. Indecent, public, unforgivable. Beth, with her sleuth's tenacity, had unearthed the report and laid it bare before me. Here was a side of Michael that pushed our sordid affair into the realm of the obscene. This chapter is my confrontation with the unsavory truth, a descent into the raw underbelly of his life. With each sordid detail, my resolve hardened. It was time to step out from the shadow of the other woman, to stand in the glaring light of scandal, and to share my story. The lines were drawn, the battle was declared, and I was ready to fight back with a vengeance born of humiliation and rage. Chapter 5. Indecent Double Life, His Illicit Restroom Encounters Revealed. Life's funny, isn't it? You think you've hit the bedrock of someone's deceit, only to find out it's just a trapdoor leading to another dark room. That's where I found myself after leaving Michael's house of secrets. I thought I'd uncovered all there was to his lies, but I was about to stumble upon the most unsettling truth yet. It was Beth who found out first. God bless her detective soul. She came to me with a look I'd come to recognize, a mix of rage and victory that said, "We've got him." But what she showed me was far from a victory. It was another sordid chapter in Michael's book of betrayal. The police report she'd somehow gotten her hands on was clinical, impersonal, but the story it told was anything but. Michael, my Michael, or so I had thought, had been caught in lewd acts in public restrooms. My mind recoiled at the thought. The man I'd shared my bed, my body, my dreams with, had been leading a life that would make a nighttime soap opera blush. As I sat there with the cold facts in black and white in front of me, I felt a strange emptiness. The tears wouldn't come. Perhaps I was all cried out. The pain was there, a dull ache, but it was overshadowed by a towering disgust. For the man I'd loved, for the lies I'd lived, for the blind eye I'd turned to all the signs. Beth's hand on mine brought me back to the room, to the moment. "We can't let him do this to anyone else," she said, her voice a steel thread weaving through the fabric of my resolve. "We have to stop him." And so it was decided. We would take the evidence to the police, to his family, to his friends, to anyone who needed to see the man behind the mask. It was no longer just about us, about our broken hearts. It was about righting a wrong, about protecting others from the trap we'd fallen into. But even as I nodded, agreeing to the plan, I knew this wasn't just about justice. It was also about reclaiming my dignity, about washing off the stain of his touch, his kiss, his lies. It was about finding my way back to myself. The following days were a whirlwind. Statements to the police, uncomfortable conversations with people who'd thought they knew Michael, the exposing of a man who was a stranger even to those closest to him. It was hard, the hardest thing I'd ever done. But with each revelation, with each step into the light, I felt a little less of the weight that had been pressing on my chest. One evening, as I sat alone in my living room, the setting sun casting long shadows on the floor, I realized the silence no longer felt oppressive. It was peaceful, the quiet of a battlefield after the fight, when the air is still heavy with the echoes of clashing swords, but the war is over. I'd lost much in this war. I'd lost a love that had never really been mine, a future that had been nothing but a mirage. But as I looked around at the life I was left with, I realized I'd gained something too. I'd gained a voice, loud and clear, that would no longer be silenced by pretty words and empty promises. And as the first star blinked into existence in the twilight sky, I made a promise to myself. Never again would I let someone else write my story. From now on, I was the author, the protagonist, and the hero.